Hi, welcome again. My name is Renato Rios, and I am a stockbroker here at ABG. With us, we have Promimic and its CEO, Magnus Larsson. Promimic is a Swedish publicly traded company with a market capitalization of around 600 million SEK, and they specialize in manufacturing, marketing, and selling of biomaterials that improve something called osseointegration. Without further ado, please, Magnus, go ahead.
Thank you very much. I'm here today to talk about Promimic and our product, HA Nanosurface, that improves osseointegration. And osseointegration is a very complicated word for implants growing into bone. So that is what we do, and improving integration and a growth journey has a double meaning. First, our technology improves healing, and it helps bone cells grow onto the implant surface. And the second part of the growth journey is the company growth journey. So my name is Magnus Larsson. I'm the CEO of Promimic, and I have my colleague Heidi Bader with me here as well. This quarter has been a lot of investments for Promimic. We moved to GoCo Health Innovation City, which is a newly built life science cluster outside of Gothenburg in Mölndal. We also invested into a new laboratory, which we increased our capacity more than double to meet future demand. We did the same thing in our plant in Warsaw, Indiana, where we process our products, and we also have an office in in Austin, Texas. This is the product that we provide. This is a super thin surface modification of implants that goes into bone in the orthopedic field and in the dental field. This emanates from research from Chalmers University in Gothenburg, and those small spikes that you see on this image, magnified 60,000 times in a microscope, mimics human bone in a very natural way, meaning that the cells cannot make a difference and will distinguish a difference between the human cells and this biomaterial. The real beauty with our technology is that it's super thin, so you can modify any type of implants, any material of implants, so it's kind of future-proof. You can also use it for future implant materials and design, such as 3D printing and porous structures. If you read about it elsewhere, the technology and the material is called hydroxyapatite, HA, and has been used for a very long time, but the uniqueness with our surface, it is the super thinness that makes it able to go through all the cavities in the implants and cover the whole implant without clogging any pores or any porous structures. What you see here on your left is traditional coating, which is plasma sprayed that blocks and clogs porous structures, and it does not allow modern technology to be used, such as 3D printing. Our surface also enhances hydrophilicity. And what you can see to your right here is this image is water climbing against gravity up on the implant surface, surrounding the entire implant with, in this case, water, but in life, in a patient, it would be blood. This is the uniqueness. We call that a wow effect, or our customers call it a wow effect. Our technology helps a 3D printed porous implant to be totally covered with blood that is the essential start of the healing phase. This is a regular trauma screw used in daily practice every day all over the world. And last but not least, our material or our technology can also be used on inert materials like PEEK. This material is widely used in the spine area, and we can make it hydrophilic, suck up the blood, and start the healing phase. This technology is today used in over 1.5 million implants around the world. So the technology has clear proof of concept. We are accepted by FDA and regulatory authorities in Europe and elsewhere, also South America, and globally. We have conducted more than 30 preclinical studies, and one of our customers is also conducting clinical studies, and there are 3 of them right now. So we are way beyond the situation where there is a doubt that this technology works or not. This is an example of where in the body where our technology is being used. As you can see, dental implants, orthopedic implants. We also used in thoracic closure after open heart surgery. You close the thorax to help healing. The better healing you have, the better prognosis the patient have. To give you a few examples of our customers, Oncosurgical is a very small but very unique company. Previously, when you had skeleton cancer, you had to amputate a limb, a leg or an arm. They, with their implant system, can provide the limb to stay on the body, and they do it with an implant, and the colors that was also showed on the initial image or slide in this presentation is the color that goes into the bone section and meets the bone from this implant. They had a very simple question. They wanted to have the best product on the market to surface modify their implant in these very severe cases, helping patients drastically. But again, this is very difficult patients, and to have a good quality of life when you have skeleton cancer is quite a substantial improvement. Inovis, they were used to call DJO, if you're familiar with the space. One of the 10 biggest orthopedic companies. Our technology is on the femoral side of their knee implant that is used in non-cemented indication. Non-cemented indication is also a future trend in a lot of areas in the orthopedic field, going away from cement. The 2 bottom ones are our 2 biggest customers. Alphatec is a spine company. It's one of the fastest growing spine companies in the entire market. They have selected our technology to go on all of their implants that goes into bone. SIN is our first customer. It's a Brazilian dental company. They had the first market with our technology in the market in 2016. They were number 4 in the marketplace at that time. Today they are number 2, challenging number 1, and they are taking the technology, our technology, on their implants into the US and also running it out globally. I think the next enters they will do is in India. So, a little bit of our business model. We have a license-based royalty model, meaning that our customers pay a license fee to use our technology on a yearly basis. We also have development fees or development milestones, if you may say so. We charge for developing the product of the customer in our laboratory in Mölndal. Then when we do an SOP, it's a specific recipe, how you modify this type of implant in an optimal way. When that is done, if the customer is US-based, all of them send their products to NPI, which stands for Nano Processing Inc. It's our joint venture with our partner Danco Medical in Warsaw, Indiana, where we do the processing of the implants. After that, they go to sterilization and packaging, and then out to the customer. When the implant is sold, we get royalty on the ASP, the price of the sold implant, by the customer. And We reported our Q1 numbers yesterday, which is quite late in the cycle for many, and I also always, or almost always, get questions why. The reason is we are getting royalty report from our customers 30 days after their closure, and we need a few weeks to do our reporting before we get the final numbers. And we would like to report the final numbers in our reporting. So what drives the market we are in? Basically, our market drivers are the same as the dental and orthopedic markets for implants are driven by. Mainly, a lot of companies are looking for differentiation in the marketplace. How can their product be different? And our technology is a true differentiator. We see our customers getting premium pricing, and they also get a marketing story telling to improve healing when it is difficult. We also see younger patients getting put on the operating table. Younger and younger people are replacing knees, hips, elbows, shoulders, or other type of joints. We also see that patients are getting more and more heavy. Obesity, and as a consequence of obesity, most people on the operating table have type 2 diabetes, which is hampering healing in these patients. We see that our technology, and it was just published a study in this area, an annual study, that shows that we are normalizing healing pattern in compromised bone situations. So yes, we do significantly create a value for these patients. Also, the patient population around the world is getting older, and we still need or want to be active at higher age. We want to play golf, go on to the boat, maybe go skiing, and you can do that with modern technology if you replace a joint. And also elderly people have a slower healing phase, and we can help them getting back in business, so to speak, in an earlier time point. And also, as I mentioned in the beginning, a new technology like 3D printing, porous structure of implants, creates a demand for better ingrowth of bone, and with our technology, we can improve ingrowth and on-growth of bone onto implant so they last longer. Our ultimate goal is to have a better outcome than we have today, but that will take time. So that's basically the market we are in and what we can contribute for value in this marketplace. So what is the basis for our growth, the company growth? New customers, meaning new license agreements, is number one. And number two is new products on the market. And this first quarter was a record quarter. We had all-time high for cleared devices by FDA for our customers. 9 new devices were cleared by FDA. So the highlights for this quarter was all-time high clearances. It was, again, investing for the future, both here in Sweden and in the US, making sure that we can fulfill the needs and demands of our customer, meeting future demand. The core business grew with 79%, and overall growth in the company was 40%. And going into the financials, we had a sale of 8.7 million Swedish. Total revenue was a little bit over 9. We are not profitable as of today, but we are working on it. We had a little dip in cash flow due to all the investments that we do. But overall, we are on the right track. We are growing the company, taking in more customers, and adding more products on the marketplace. The different income streams that we have, you can see it here on this slide. The red part of the bar is products and services sold. The products that we do is a coating liquid. This coating liquid is used in production in the process of modifying the implants. And our services sold is the development dollars that we receive from our customers. The blue bar is the processing at MPI. It's the processing fee that we help customers get surface modification onto their implant, and the gray bar is our license and royalty fees that we invoice quarterly. So you can see that Q1 is lower than all other quarters every year. So that's the cyclic part of our business. The license fee is invoiced in January every year and accrued across the 12 months of the fiscal year. Again, this is our core business, the royalty and license fee of products sold from our customers. We see a very nice growth quarter by quarter moving forward. And to summarize it here, you can see that the business of royalty and license and NPI is the main driver of our growth, and products and services sold is a little bit less part of our business. We have the luxury in being in a very profitable business. Our gross profit dropped a little bit this quarter to 89%. Our aim is to be over 90% moving forward. So, long term, we have communicated one long-term objective, and is that we are aiming to reach 100 million Swedish in turnover by the end of 2026, and our profitability would be around 40%. On this path, our first quarter, we had 8.7 million in sales. Rolling 12 months, calculate that, we are going towards 40 million in 2024. We went to the stock market 2 years ago. We took in 80 million, and we still have 46 of them in the bank. So we are capitalized to move forward. We have money to do the investment we need to do to grow this business. We will not ask the market for more money just to keep us going. The only reason why if we want to come back to the market, if we find an acquisition to do. So basically, this was the growth plan that we communicated at our IPO. So we took in the 80 million. We formed the NPI processing corporation in the US. We are focusing on creating momentum in our US sales team. USA is our main focus. We have selected 146 companies that we target, focus the target on them. We see a strategic fit between our technology and their implants. We are constantly developing existing customers to improve profitability. For us, it's much easier to develop a new product with an existing customer than go after a new one. Of the 9 new products you saw launched this quarter, 2 of them come from new customers and 7 are from our existing customer base. We have moved to GoCo. We have increased or taken the decision, and as we speak, we are establishing the new 2 processing lines in Warsaw, Indiana, and we are looking into new market developments as we speak. So, to sum this up, why should you invest in Promimic? Yeah, first of all, I think we are in a growing market. There's a high profitability in the market. The contracts that we do, the business we're in, is quite sticky. Our contracts span over 15 years, 5 + 5 + 5. So it's a slow-moving business. It takes time to get in there and to grow, but when you're in the business, you're in there for a long period of time. And financial turmoil, now we see the opposite. This slide tells you increasing interest rates. Now we're going the right direction. But our business is not very affected by those type of things. We have an established technology. We have more than 40 approvals from the FDA. So the technology is proved to work, and it works well. Last but not least, we are in the forefront of development. Our technology is future-proof. New type of implants, new materials, new methods to produce implants like 3D printing and porous structure is in our favor. We are one of the few surface modification that can do this. And the value that we create for customers, most of our customers, if not all, have gained a margin increase, a premium pricing in the marketplace with our technology. So, with that, I leave it to questions. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Magnus. Let's see if we can get some of these questions here.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the financial targets to start with. You have a target of reaching 40% EBITDA.
Yes.
You are a bit far from that.
Today, yes.
Today.
You're right.
But it would be interesting to know what type of active choices are you taking in your organization to move from, obviously growth is part of that, but I mean to move from this, or to control the cost base so that you can actually reach that target, which is within 5 years.
Yeah, if what we see, we have built the bottom up with the customers base we have today. We need to add 3 to 4 new customers every year. The main part of those 100 millions that we will close the books in 2026 will come from existing business today. It takes about 12 months from signing of a contract until our customers have a product on the market, so it's quite a long time. If you talk about medtech, if you talk about pharma, this is a very short period of time, but yeah, this is the case. So what we have built today, we are pretty sure to reach. It would be a benefit if we get higher than 100 million, but I'm pretty confident that we will reach the 100 million. And again, if we say we can reach the 40% in EBITDA, we have to manage our cost to be able to do so. We always keep an eye on cost, but we will not be, how should I put it? We will not be too cost conscious. If we find an area where we can grow even further, we might look into this, but we will, when we take such a decision, we will communicate it to the market. An acquisition would be that type of thing, or if we find a research area that we're in right now that we would like to invest even more in, that will be such a case. But that will bring a brighter future if we take such a decision.
Thank you. Clear. How about the competitive landscape? How does that look like? I imagine that it is an attractive segment. It's very profitable.
Yes.
Do you have any direct competitors that are trying to take market shares from you?
We don't see a direct competition with a similar thin surface modification emerging into the market right now. However, like I said in the talk, the market is not really agile. A lot of companies are protecting their big products with existing technology, so it's the slow motion of the market that is our biggest competitor. You know, we don't want to touch our main cash cow to change it, so let's do a small product to start with, and if that's successful, we might transfer some of the customers over to this. So it's a little bit slower than other type of markets, but it's a long-term commitment on all our customers and also for us. And with the gross margins that we have, I think we can wait a year or two, but we will eventually get there.
Thanks. One more question. You mentioned something about one of your clients having some issues with supply chains, and that you said that affected Promimic negatively. Was that a negative impact on sales that you experienced?
Yeah, one of our biggest customer had some supply issues during Q1. That is solved now, and we will do some catch up in the quarters to come. But that was something that was out of our control. But like I said, and you said it also, it affected us in Q1. But I don't think it will affect the total number for the year. and it was an issue that is now resolved, and we are moving forward, and we're trying also to help them to catch up with production and modification of implants.
And lastly, M&A. You guys are opportunistic there?
Yes, we are. We are looking, we're not spend every day looking, but we are actively scouting for technologies that would be complementary or synergistic to our own technology. Might be in the bacterial prevention area, could be other areas that would have a synergistic effect. We don't have anything on the radar screen right now, but like I said, that's an area, if we find something really interesting, that's what we were going to look into.
Okay. Thank you, Magnus.
Thank you very much
for being here. And that's all we have time for now.